Watch this woman as she prepares to sleep. However, the next moment she receives the order. The woman, who didn't even have time to put her trousers on, quickly rushed to the police station. It turned out that the FBI had arrested the zombie as a criminal. Without saying a word, the woman shot him in the head.
I told you, she could have had it.
Her name is Jill and she's the youngest officer in Raccoon City. At the moment she's planning to leave Raccoon City, because a few hours ago there was a zombie crisis in Raccoon City. A team opened the door to the hive base. They managed to turn themselves into fertilizer, and so the gates of hell opened. Before the virus broke out, Umbrella quickly evacuated the people involved. But the daughter of Dr. Charles, the inventor of the T-virus, disappears during the transfer. The doctor says he must find Angie. He wouldn't leave until he did. And then he secretly hacked into Umbrella's systems. He started looking around. The outbreak of the virus throws the whole of Raccoon City into chaos. Frightened people began to flee the city, but Umbrella had already sealed off the entire city. The only exit was this bridge, and it's already overcrowded. It's heavily guarded. Only those who have undergone security checks are allowed to leave. But soon there was a change in the crowd. Kane ordered the gates to be sealed quickly, and authorized the army to suppress it by force. On the other hand, Alice wakes up from the hospital, and outside, the world has changed forever. She went to a shop and got a weapon and a change of clothes, but there was an unusual pain in her arm. She vaguely remembers that she and Jack were taken away. Then she was injected with a virus. At this point Jill and the others arrive at a church, but there were 3 deadly lickers. They were trapped in a cabin. After locating the lickers, Jill decided to take the plunge. After firing indiscriminately, they soon ran out of ammunition. Perhaps having heard the men talking, the licker appeared behind the 3 men. He opened his bloody mouth. Just then, a bright light came from outside the window. A motorbike drove in at speed and knocked over the licker. It was Alice.
No.
She quickly revved up to 180 miles per hour and then rose into the air and pulled out her pistol. By the time the two came into close contact, 2 direct shots kill a licker, followed by a second one. She pulls out 2 machine guns. She fires at the chains. The licker tries to escape but finds it's too late. And the last one was not spared either, using the stool to force the creature into the air. Then she shot it dead. Looking at the creature under the cross, Alice didn't hesitate. Straight to the head. They arrived at a graveyard. Who knew that a zombie was hiding underneath? Then more and more zombies started to crawl out. It turned out that the corpses in the cemetery were also infected. They could only react in a hurry. But as more and more zombies approached, they began to have difficulty in dealing with them. Luckily, the zombies were slow. They were able to get out safely. On the other hand, Kane launched the Nemesis project. They have created a biomonster with heavy weaponry. The purpose was to kill Alice, to test the power of biomonsters. They found a pair of special tactics teams. In the face of a concentrated fire attack, no damage to the biochemical monster. Kane ordered the team to be killed. Biomonsters with machine guns start firing. The special tactics team are all dead. All that was left was Tom cursing.
I knew you wasn't gonna do shit. One son of a bitch.
Even Kane was stunned by the sheer force of the battle. Even Kane was stunned. Alice and her team were walking down the street. Every time they passed a phone office, a phone would ring next to them. To keep from attracting walkers, Alice had to pick up the phone. It was Dr. Charles calling. The doctor was searching the city for survivors to save his daughter Angie. Scouring the city for survivors, he told Alice, as soon as it was light, Umbrella will drop a 5,000-ton strategic nuclear weapon on Raccoon City. He promised to help them escape if they helped him find Angie. And that's when Alice suddenly sensed danger approaching. Alice also senses that the Nemesis project has begun, so she decided to confront the biomonsters. She rushes towards the biomonsters while shooting wildly, but she was slapped against a bridge pillar. What she didn't expect was, biomonsters are not only unbeatable but also have heavy artillery fire. She had to run for cover. She jumped on top of a police car, but the shells were coming after her. She leapt to a building. Biomonsters break straight through the wall, and Alice moves to shoot at the wall. Then a sliding shovel went straight into a rubbish bin. The biomonster pursues and fires another projectile. Alice swings the bin. She managed to avoid the blast. On the other side, Tom got into Jill's car. The 3 of them arrived at Angie's school. Jill suggested that they split up and look for her. Tom meets Elle from the Special Forces. His team had been sent on a mission by Umbrella. but when they ran out of ammunition, Umbrella had abandoned them here. Like Tom, he came here after receiving a call from the doctor. The reporter downstairs spotted a little girl. When she turned around again, she found all the students had been turned into zombies. They were instantly food. Jill followed the blood trail and managed to find Angie, but they were confronted by dogs. In the nick of time, Nikolai from the Special Forces team saves Jill's life. Not bad for a Special Forces unit. In a matter of seconds, he'd taken out several of the walkers, but when he wanted to show off in front of Jill, a dog suddenly rushed at him. Angie panics and runs away. He told Jill to find Angie and deal with the dog himself, but not for long. Another dog appeared, and that's when tragedy struck.
Oh shit.
Jill took Angie to the kitchen. She killed one of the walkers. Then she turned on all the gas, and finally threw out a match. But the match suddenly went out in midair. In the nick of time, Alice flicked out a cigarette and grabbed a piece of tinfoil to protect Angie. By the time the explosion was over, Alice both revealed to each other about their respective infections, claiming that they are both highly infected, and later found the antidote in Angie's bag. It turns out that Angie was on crutches from a very young age. The doctor discovers that the T-virus can make people strong, so he injected his daughter with the virus. In conjunction with the antidote, Angie was able to grow as a normal human being, until the invention was taken away by Umbrella Corporation. That's how everything came to be. As they were talking, Elle and the two of them arrived here. After learning that they shared a common goal, Elle suddenly coughed. It was clear that he had been infected, but luckily there is now an antidote. The doctor learns from the CCTV that his daughter has been found, so he told the group that there was a helicopter at the city hall. It would be taking off in 47 minutes, but it wasn't meant for them. Soon the men arrived at the city hall. Elle took out 2 guards. A sniper upstairs spotted the men, just as he was about to fire. Suddenly it's pitch black. Through a rope that came from nowhere, Alice fell from the sky and quickly took out several guards. After a silky smooth maneuver, they finally made it to the helicopter. But the image that appeared on the screen, Alice realized there was more to it than that. It was true that Kane had set a trap here, just waiting for them to fall for it. And the doctor had been caught here too. Kane's ultimate goal: to get Alice to fight the bio-monsters, to choose the strongest Avenger, and then he killed the doctor and threatened Alice. Kane told the bio-monsters to drop his weapon. The two then began to duel at close range. Alice was able to dodge the bio-monsters' attack with her mobility, but her attack did not cause any real damage to the bio-monsters. It was a close fight, but as the fight continued, Alice became stronger and stronger. The bio-monsters dropped the iron and used it as a weapon. Alice dodged as best she could. She was losing ground. Kane felt that the duel was becoming unfair, so he threw Alice a weapon. With the weapon, Alice quickly gained the upper hand. 3 kicks followed. The iron was driven deep into the bio-monster's body, and that's when they both remembered each other. The bio-monsters was Jack, the friend who had been taken away. At this moment Alice was very sorry. Kane told him, although the bio-monsters was very strong, but Alice was a perfect blend of the virus. He saw infinite possibilities in her. At this point, Kane asks Alice to kill Jack once and for all. However, she decisively refuses. Kane expressed his disappointment. He decided to let the bio-monsters kill Alice, but at the critical moment, the bio-monsters turns his gun on the soldier, and he went into firing mode. Elle and the others broke free and joined the fight. The situation was getting out of hand. Kane ordered the nukes to be released and the plane to take off.
Why haven't we taken off? Because I usually drive a Cadillac.
As Alice was exposed to the fire, Jack stepped in front of Alice. A direct hit from a cannonball destroys both helicopters. Jack disappears in the explosion. Just then the zombies start to swarm the roof of the building. The final moment. Kane was mercilessly left behind by the zombie hordes. Alice and the others left the building in a helicopter. But just as they left, the bomb arrived. The impact of the bomb swept through the city. The helicopter was about to crash. A metal part flew towards Angie from the shockwave. Alice quickly fights it off with her body. She fell into a coma. 2 hours later, Umbrella found Alice and brought her back. Although the tapes were exposed, but the Umbrella is powerful. All evidence had been destroyed. Umbrella claimed it was just a nuclear power plant leak. And for that, it received a lot of praise for its quick handling of the aftermath. Inside a laboratory, Alice wakes up suddenly. The doctor asks her if she remembers her name. Yet of course she does.
My name is Alice.
As a target of Umbrella's experiments, Alice seems to have been upgraded once again. Not only is she immune to electric guns, however, as soon as she leaves the lab, she is surrounded by soldiers. At that moment, two familiar faces stepped out of the car. It was Jill and the two of them, but as they drove away, they were stopped by the guards. Strangely enough, the doctor ordered the guards to let them go.
Let them go.
Turns out the doctor has started a new Alice project. Will Alice be able to escape her control? What new biological weapons will Umbrella create? For those of you who like it, keep an eye out. The Resident Evil series is constantly being updated.